Welcome to another Bible reflection. The Ten Commandments define our relationship both to God and other people. They are the guideposts of a Christian lifestyle. What Jesus said about the Ten Commandments. One day, as Jesus was teaching, an enthusiastic young man hurried up to him and asked, "Teacher, what good thing must I do to get to eternal life?" Matthew 19:16. Christ could see that he was wrestling with a money problem and advised him to get rid of his possessions and obey the commandments. Verse 17. The young man tried to sidestep Christ's diagnosis of his problem by asking which commandments he was talking about. Jesus listed several of the Ten Commandments in verses 18 and 19. Finally, the rich young ruler turned and walked away sadly. He could give mental assent to the Ten Commandments, but he couldn't obey the spirit of the law by abandoning his selfish way of life. The Ten Commandments show us the boundaries within which healthy relationships with God and each other can grow. Jesus pointed to obedience as the way to real joy. If you obey my commands, you will remain in my love, just as I have obeyed the Father's commands and remain in his love. I have told you this so that my joy may be in you and that your joy may be complete. John 15:10 to 11. The book of Ecclesiastes is a report of Solomon's search for happiness. He records his quest for happiness in the riches of the world: magnificent houses, productive vineyards, beautiful gardens, and orchards of luscious fruit. He multiplied servants. He found himself surrounded with every material thing a person could desire, but happiness eluded him, and he wrote, "When I surveyed all that my hands had done and what I had toiled to achieve, everything was meaningless, a chasing after the wind." Ecclesiastes 2:11. Solomon then turned to searching out the pleasures of the world in a hope of finding happiness. He was taken in wine, women, and song. His conclusion: meaningless. Solomon had once tasted and seen that the Lord is good. As he compared his early life of obedience to God with his reckless chase for happiness in the things of sin, his verdict is this: meaningless. Everything is meaningless. Ecclesiastes 12:8. Here's the conclusion of the whole matter: fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. Ecclesiastes 12:13. Solomon felt he could find a shortcut to happiness in a wild life. Toward the close of his life, he was the man enough to admit his error. To save others from the same error, he wrote, "He that keepeth the law, happy is he." Proverbs 29:18. In the New Testament, James testified, "For whoever keeps the whole law and yet stumbles at just one point is guilty of breaking all of it. For he said, 'Do not commit adultery,' also said, 'Do not commit murder.' If you do not commit adultery, commit murder, you have become a lawbreaker. Speak and act as those who are going to be judged by the law that gives freedom." James 2:10 to 12. Charles Spurgeon, the great Baptist preacher of the past century, declared, "The law of God is divine, holy, heavenly, perfect. There is not a command too many. There is not one too few. But it is so incomparable that its perfection is proof of its divinity." John Wesley, one of the founders of the Methodist Church, wrote about this enduring nature of the law. The moral law contained in the Ten Commandments he did not take away. Every part of this law must remain in force on all mankind and in all ages. Billy Graham, the world's most respected evangelical evangelist, regards the Ten Commandments so highly that he has written an entire book about their importance to the Christian. My name is Ray Pueblo, and I share relevant Bible-based content. If you learned some Bible truths and enjoyed this video, please like, share, and follow for more. The truth that hurts is the truth that heals. John 8:32 says, "And you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free." This is all we have in today's Bible reflection. See you again in the next one. God bless and keep safe, everyone.